can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. We are back for another preview. This time, super bantamweight action taking place in Monaco between Shabaz Masoud and Peter McGrail. A fight that, has been made and then was off, but it's been spoken about for a while. And we were just saying off camera, Paul, it's nice to have a genuine 50-50 involving two Brits. You don't get that too much nowadays. So really looking forward to it. We'll get straight into it. What are your thoughts on this one? Shabazz Masoud, the slight favourite with the bookies, but has been inactive, has not fought for over a year now. Peter McGrail had that win against Baluta earlier this year, fought Reese Edwards a year ago. But yeah, this is a really tricky one to predict, but I'm going to ask you to do that. What are your thoughts on this one, please?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, mate. I think before I give a prediction, I think you're right in what you've said. You've hit the nail on the head. 50-50. It's got 50-50 written all over it. Yes, Masood's maybe a marginal favourite with the bookies, but I think you walk down or you turn up to a press conference and you ask 50 people there who they think's going to win this, and I would say that it would be fairly close to fairly split result. And yeah, that's obviously that's the hallmarks of a great fight, and I'm really looking forward to it. In terms of my thoughts and prediction on how it plays out, um, although you could say he's been inactive and hasn't fought since that Liam Davies fight, I thought Shabazz Masoud was superb at that time around. And I will say I think Peter McGrail is excellent. But I don't know, there's something that I feel I don't maybe I'm being disrespectful. He maybe hasn't been as good as I thought he was going to be in the pros. And I don't just mean that one knockout. That was kind of like a flash surprise one. Um, I think that he hasn't been as good as I thought he was going to be, even in the Baluta victory. And then the Reese Edwards one, Reese Edwards took that on short notice and put up a really brave fight and definitely won rounds. I think Shabazz Masoud wins this. I'm going to go with Shabazz Masoud, and I'm going to go for him to get it done on points. Yeah, and I think it'll be close. I don't think it's going to be a shutout. I could see it being a 115, 113 kind of job, 116, 112, whatever it is. But I'm going to go with Shabazz Masoud to beat Peter McGrail.
Yeah, no, I'm going to agree with you. The inactivity does worry me when you think about, you doing your job. If you kind of didn't do it for a year, that's a long time, and especially Shabazz Masoud, who has only had 14 fights. He's not been around a huge amount of time, so for him to be out for a year does concern me. But at the same time, I don't think Peter McGrail has. I wouldn't say set the world to light in his last couple of fights. I remember when the Reese Edwards fight got made. Was it 3 days notice Reese Edwards had to fly in from the UK to Saudi? I was very confident Peter McGrail was kind of basically going to blow him away inside a couple of rounds, and actually went the distance and was fairly close as well. So I'm going for Masood as well, but you can't get away from that inactivity. How easy does he make does he make the weight as well a year on from the Liam Davis fight? Um, let's focus on on Masood now, Paul. Is this guy is this guy good enough to be a world champion in your opinion? Obviously, this fight's at super bantamweight, a fight that's dominated by Nairo Inoue. We don't know how much longer Inoue is going to be at that weight, but he does hold all the belts, and there's a chance that next year he could move up and throw all those belts up in the air, and Shabazz Masoud or Peter McGrail could be in prime position to fight for one of them. McGrail currently in the top 15 of three of the four governing bodies as well, so he's in a good position. I'm sure it would improve Masood's ranking if he's to win on the 6th of December. But yeah, thoughts on Masood? Are we looking at someone who can go all the way and become a world champion?
You know what? I think it very much depends on the landscape of the world titles at 122 because do I? It's kind of, I suppose, kind of a different question. Do I believe Shabazz Masood wins a world title whilst Naoya Inoue is still ruling the division? No. Do I believe Shabazz Masood is good enough to win a world title if Inoue is no longer about and those belts become fragmented and he gets a shot at one of them? Yes, I do. I suppose it's a natural progression for either man. Well, if it would be Peter McGrail who's victorious, because this is a European title fight. And I suppose the only way from there, really, the only step above that is world titles. I'm going to say yes, mate. I'm going to say, oh, well, no, I don't know. You know, actually, no, sorry, forget that. I'm going to say no, but I think he's good enough to win one, if that makes sense. I think that if it was any other, like, for example, if it was the bantamweight division where there's a couple of belts now vacant because Nakatani moved up, Shabaz Masoud would, I feel like, could win one. But whilst Naoya Inoue still here, with Junto Nakatani now up at super bantam as well, I find it tricky to sit here and say yes, Shabaz Masoud will win one of those world titles whilst they're all tied up with Inoue.
Yeah, there could be a bit of a stalemate, couldn't there, for the next year or so? It could. I think if you compare that to the super middleweight division, at the moment, it's not a good time to be a top 10, top five super middleweight because Crawford's won the belts. He doesn't really fight too often, and now there's talks of a rematch with Canelo, which might not happen until September next year. So right now, you're kind of fucked if you if you're in that position. There's not really a lot to do, and I kind of feel like there could be a similar situation at 122 pounds. Where if you're a Shabazz Masood, you just maybe I don't know, maybe keep yourself busy, maybe explore moving up in weight. I don't know, but we'll see. Personally, I think Masood and Peace McGrail could win world titles. I'm not sure they definitely will, but I actually think both of them are good enough. It's just a case of are they going to fight the sort of opponent where they can beat. Um, so yeah, we'll see. Hopefully the future's bright for the Brits at 122 pounds. But we'll see they face each other first on December the 6th, and we will see who wins. We'll leave it there. Paul, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your opinions, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Cheers, mate. All the best.